My name is Jim Moran, and thanks very much for joining us for Risky Business. You can reach me at jim@simplifyiso.com or over here at the Simplify ISO website with this handy contact button. Way back in 1964, Ishikawa presented the world with his fish diagram. He had discovered that most nonconformances took place in one of four areas. Either the people, he called it man, the procedures, he called it method, equipment that you're working with, and finally the work environment that all the work was happening in. In his day, he called it man, method, machine, and milieu. You'll be able to find these clauses in ISO 9001 and in many other standards as well. But the interesting thing about ISO 9001 is the requirement to identify risks in clause 6.1. For some organizations, this is a very daunting task. If it's been giving you some difficulty, or if you're just beginning down this road, think about finding the simplest way to get started. You can always adjust them later. But if you started with man, method, machine, and milieu, you would have covered probably 80 or 90% of the areas where risk is going to cause a problem. So type in Ishikawa fishbone and you'll find millions of links to articles, pictures, and so on, and see if you can't find a picture there that might suit your organization. This particular picture here is a slight modification of what his original plan was. You'll see that it adds measurement, material, there's the word machine, and there's the word method, there's the word manpower, and they've replaced milieu, the work environment, clause 7.1.4, with the words Mother Nature. This is not a definitive diagram by any means, and you'll find lots of varieties. So if you start with this as a way to categorize where major topics of risk could appear, it'll give you a great way to get things organized in your organization, and then from there you can develop a more finely tuned risk analysis matrix. The standard requires that you identify them and prioritize them. So by starting here, or by checking your own risk matrix to make sure that you have these areas covered, you'll have a better grip on risk and you'll be able to move forward confident that you won't have as many surprises as you might have otherwise. One other thing to point out, have a look at clause 10.2 in ISO 9001. You'll see the requirement there in the corrective action steps to review your risk analysis. The idea here is to ask the question, could we have avoided this nonconformance if we had done a little bit better job on our risk management? You'll see here on our platform, we've created a handy table. We've used Ishikawa's categories, man, method, machine, and milieu, and we've added in customer as well. And when you go through this table, it gives you a pretty good handle on risk and once again lets you sleep better at night knowing that if you haven't covered everything, at least you've covered a lot of the major areas. If you'd like to see a little bit more of our platform and see if there are other things in here that could help make your ISO life easier, just hop on over here to the website. You'll find this nice big green button. Fill in the form and we'll arrange for a 10 or 15 minute demo for you. Glad you could join us for this, and be sure to have a look next time for clause 6.2, setting objectives and how to meet them. Bye for now.